Up next is our Commitment to Success Spotlight brought to you by Provident Bank. Provident Bank, commitment you can count on. Joining us today, we have Wagner College senior guard Zaire Williams. Zaire, thank you so much for joining us today.
Of course, thank you for having me.
All right, let's start talking about Monday's win over SFU, which you played a huge role in. We get to double overtime. Take me through the two shots you made. You hit the three-pointer, a go-ahead three, and then the game winner with 1.9 seconds left. Take me through those two shots, and then I'll have a follow-up question for you.
So for my three that I hit, I feel like we needed a big basket, and coach really wanted us to get to the basket, but it, I feel like I had enough space off my jab, and I got it up and I made it. But he really wanted us to get to the basket, but I had confidence in myself to hit a three. And then we took the lead, and the game-winning floater, he called my number. He wanted us to get to the basket, and I stayed strong, got in there, and made the basket.
So after a tough game on Saturday, how badly did Wagner need that win on Monday?
Yeah, that was a really good win because we a lot of our losses we knew that like we should have won those games and we knew what our mistakes were. So we came into practice, our walkthroughs, we had intense ones and we fixed what we need to fix and we focused on getting that win and that's what we did.
Yeah, Zaire, that last bucket that you made, I know you were going through a battle there, with St. Francis. They were being physical with you on the perimeter. You kind of caught that ball. You caught that ball in the paint, kind of in the painted area, and then you kind of had like one or two dribbles. Did you know that was going to be a physical make that you had to take? Because, obviously St. Francis being really physical with you, they had guys like Cranford on you all game, just kind of crowding you in the perimeter. Kind of take me through, were you kind of expecting that contact, and did you think it was going to be that easy of a make when you did make it? Because it was kind of like a traditional shot in the sense that you had some acrobatic finishes earlier in the game that you tried to make, but here it was like a little bit less hesitance with you making that bucket.
Yeah, so when I caught it, I had looked around for a little bit. I seen that guys were like tight on me in the area. So I knew that it wasn't gonna be an easy one. So I had to really take about two dribbles, which I think I took a bump, got him in there, then I made it. But like I knew it was gonna be a little tough because they were crowded around me.
Yeah, DeMar Kelly was kind of on you a lot too, and he's a big physical kid at like 6'5". Take me through that battle throughout the game between you two because I was really enjoying that one-on-one matchup with you guys. He won some, and then you won some. You won the last one, which is the most important one.
Yeah, it was fun. It was tough too. Coach actually talked about him saying he recruited him, so he got some toughness in him for him to recruit him. So yeah, that was a tough battle. It was fun.
It's crazy to think that you're in your fourth year at Wagner. And, as a freshman, you had such a unique experience because you were an important role player on a really good Wagner team that went 15-3 in the regular season. You had teammates like Alex Morales and Will Martinez and Elijah Ford and Raquan Rogers. What lessons did you take from those teammates as a freshman that you apply now as a senior leader at Wagner?
Just the way they carried themselves every day of being a leader. Guys like Alex, Delani Hunt, you mentioned he was a real good leader for us too. Alex Bug, Delani, Will, like I looked up to those guys in that aspect of being a leader because that's what they were for me. So, and I carried that on into the next few years of me being here.
Yeah, how much of a learning experience was that? Because you were probably like an 18-year-old and you were literally playing with 23-year-olds on Wagner. What was that like?
Yeah, I came in at 17, so yeah,
17.
yeah, it was new. It was new for me. It was different. I was willing to experience it though and learn from them though, and it created who I am today.
Zaire, now you're the old guy on the team, right?
Yeah,
Funny how things change. So let's go back to your recruitment. You're from Brooklyn. I'm a Brooklyn native. Love talking to guys from Brooklyn. You went to Eagle Academy. Coming out of high school, you had some interest. Why did you decide at the time to play for Bashir Mason and stay in the city at Wagner?
Um, so out of all the schools recruiting me, I believe that Wagner was more of a family oriented team, and I like because I couldn't even visit the school, so I had like Zoom calls. So out of all the Zoom calls, I really like Wagner, not even just the facilities, but just the way they were talking to me, the way they approached me, it touched me.
When I was growing up, I was a big fan of New York City ball players from the old days of Pearl Washington, Steph Marbury back in the 90s. Um, when you hear the word New York City baller, what does that mean to you?
Uh, just tough, gritty, very competitive. You know, I don't think you'll see like a soft guy from New York that's playing, especially Division I basketball, but any level really, but definitely Division I basketball. You wouldn't see a lot of those. But so definitely tough, gritty, things in that nature.
Kind of preps you for playing for your current coach, right?
Yeah, for sure.
You know, Zaire, kind of looking at your numbers in transition this year are fantastic. You're shooting 67% from the floor in fast break situations. And that percentage is easily a career high for you compared to your past seasons where maybe you struggled in transition. What has changed in year number 4 where you've been so efficient when running the floor now?
Uh, I think I think past in the past I struggled with like overthinking and things. So the last 2 years I tried to focus on just being very consistent, have a lot of confidence in myself because that's what I struggle with, man. That's just the outcome I have now. Just being confident, not thinking too much, and just flowing.
Is Javier Esquerra the best you ever played in transition? Because I mean, some of the angles that he sees, the court vision, it's remarkable, right? It must be a lot of fun playing alongside him when you're getting out in the break on the wing.
Yeah, Hav does very good at finding me. I probably think that a lot of his assists probably come from me, to be honest. So like I really love playing with him though. He knows how to find me.
Are you working on a lot of fast break stuff in practice with Coach Copeland?
Not really. We're a slow paced team, so
Mhm.
we try to slow things down, get the ball to Javi. He's the guy that we want with the ball to set us up. So not really, but I try to do those things on my own when I know that we're struggling offensively a little bit. Try to get easy ones. So
Zaire, take us through a Donald Copeland practice. How much of that practice is spent working on the defensive end of the court? What's that like?
all practice, very intense. It's very intense. We focus on offense, but our main focus is defense. Defense, defense, defense.
What's one drill that you run there that he has you running that you just can't stand, but you got to do?
Uh, full court zigzags. That's when we
All
slide
right.
enough. Yeah, slide enough feet. We gotta go at 100%. No breaks. Just keep going.
How much do those practices help when it comes down to the crunch time of a game like you had the other day?
It helps a lot because, to be honest, practice are harder than games for us because of how intense it is. So the way we practice, what we go through, the adversity we go through in practice, it just prepares for us during the games. It makes life easier for us, and we're more comfortable in them situations where it's closer games because we go through all those things in practice.
What did last year's run to the NCAs, winning NECs, going to NCAs, how does that prep some of the veteran guys on the team like you for what you're facing this season?
Uh, it helped me see what it takes to get there. Guys like Hav, he knows he was there, he was on the floor, he knows what it is. Keontae, he was there, he knows what it is. Ramir, he's out, but he saw what it took, so he's out on the side, he's talking about it, he's helping us. Rob, he saw it. So it helped us a lot. We know what it takes to get there, and that's what we're gonna try to do this year.
All right, and then my last question then would be, what's it going to take for you to get there again?
Just keep being tough. Keep being tough. Stay even kill, fight through adversity, be comfortable in those situations, and never get down on yourself because we know this it's gonna come. Adversity is gonna come.
It always does.
Yeah.
Well, Zaire, congrats on your big game on Monday. Best of luck the rest of the season. We'll be watching.
Yeah. Thank you.
All right, that was our commitment to success spotlight brought to you by Provident Bank.